Persuadable. What's going on, boo-boos?
I dropped a bunch of berries on my foot. Now I cranberry walk.
This is dumb and cute. Let's get right into the video now, alright? Because I don't want to waste the whole beginning of the video talking like I am right now. So, I like to run this route as a magician. It gives me a little bit of flexibility using this as a loop just because I do have an illusion wand. I wouldn't always prefer this route with other various survivors depending on their kits, because at the end here you kind of gets a little rough here. Especially if it's a mobile hunter, Wu Chang with an umbrella. So be careful of that. So anyways, the point of this video, now that I'm solo queuing in survivor ranking, Hunter left me. That's okay. I try to carry, obviously, but I still suck because I've been gone from the game for so long. But I'm showing you what I do. And I electrocuted myself, as you could see. And I try to get the hunter's attention. My milkshake brings all the hunters to the yard. Damn right. It's better than yours, right? That's what I do. Like, I look for attention. I wiggle my butt and I don't know where I'm going with this. I really have no idea where I'm going with this. But anyways, and unfortunately, that requires some experimentation. So in this video, my team, we get fucking annihilated. Which, it happens. It does. I'm not gonna lie. I get fucking mad. But it's okay. It's okay. We'll do alright in this life. So I try to show you what I do in this scenario, right? What happens when your team is struggling, right? The hunter is playing fucking fantastic, right? Skin equals skill. He's got a fantastic skin, or she. I don't know why I'm saying he. I think it's because it's Ripper, so I always go into the perspective of the hunter. And now I got to figure out, what am I going to do, right? So my priority, I feel at this point that my team is struggling. And I already tried to wiggle my chicken nugget, and it didn't work with a hunter. Hunter just left me, right? He left me on read. It's like my Tinder profile. No one matches, but whatever. That's a different story. So what do? You decode, right? And if I think that my team is struggling, I'm going to try to get those cipher machines down to at least 3. And then I have to make this decision. Do I start looking for the basement or dungeon, basement, whatever, cellar, or do I continue decoding? And it comes down to this ability to read the situation, which is difficult when you're halfway across the map. Because if I'm just running around trying to find where my escape option is, I'm not decoded. And my team could be really working very, very hard, and I'm not decoding across the map. And so I'm pretty much sabotaging the end result, right? So it's this fine line of, what do? Do I continue decoding, being a great team player on my end? Or do I start setting up for my escape? And so from this perspective, I'm trying to set up for my escape. We're at 5 ciphers still. 3 ciphers now, I'm sorry. We're at 3 ciphers. And so I'm running around on the other side of the map after I'm done with this cipher, looking for my escape route. I don't really feel like my team is going to win this match. So I have to start gaining intel on the other side of the map. And you can see where he is right now. That's where my escape route is. But I don't know that. I don't know where it is. I don't know how I'm going to escape. So that's where I'm also experimenting with Flywheel to see how that works. And especially with Magician, his late game ability to escape is relatively high, obviously. So this is me kind of running around trying to see, like, all right, where the fuck am I? Where do I gotta be? Where do I gotta be for the final countdown? Because I don't know, right? And we see this Ripper playing fucking fantastic. Fantastic. Just, you can see that this Ripper has a lot of good game sense. Really much so. Predicting where the survivors are. Predicting what they're going to do. Hunter's playing fantastic. I wish you would have came after me early game, because baby Persuade, that's what I am now. I'm baby Persuade. I'm not daddy Persuade. Baby Persuade. I'm a baby in this game right now. Baby Persuade would have goo gaga your ass. No, I'm just kidding. I'm getting cocky. All right, so here we go. Final showdown. I'm assuming that my escape route is on the other side of the map. Now, I see him put peepers, and I'm like, all right, I'm fucked. And look how terrible I am. Like a fat guy in a swan suit in the middle of the pond trying to blend in. All right, so we got one illusion off. We're still alive. Now look at this. Boom, flywheel. Boom, baby. Now, I need to hit this off. All right, so he was probably going to miss that anyways. So this is where the Ripper is playing kind of right. I think what he's trying to do is he's trying to prevent me from rescuing. But he doesn't understand that I'm not trying to rescue anymore. I'm actually trying to set myself up for that escape route. And now it's going to open up and I don't have to care. He probably should have backed up a little bit, because then he would have been able to follow through. But I don't think he would have been able to kill me. Not with my illusion wand still readily available. Into the next part of this video. One of the biggest lessons that I learned as a YouTuber is to not only make videos from a high tier perspective. I used to drive people nuts because I would only talk about high tier perspective. And it had its moments, right? A lot of people like that sort of content, but a lot of people don't, because high tier strategies don't always transfer over to low tier strategies. I've learned this in Overwatch. I want to bang my head against a fucking keyboard when I'm trying to explain to somebody that strategy doesn't work in the lower tiers, but they don't listen. So this is the build that I've been using. I've been experimenting with Flywheel. And what I have realized in the lower tiers is that it's not as static as what it is in the high tiers. High tiers, there's a certain rhythm that happens. Person goes down, you decide whether you rescue in time, depending on the decoding process, rinse and repeat. But here it gets a little bit more fluid. A lot of people have Smurf accounts. They try to harass. There's a lot of different dynamics. It's more fluid in the lower tier. So this is the build that I'm currently experimenting with. I think I'm going to change it up a little bit later on down the road. I feel like the rescues at this tier is still a little struggling, so I haven't invested in snooze, which delays the rocket chair by 9%. But this is my current build. I'm definitely going to change it up. I know that it's common to put a lot of your points all the way on the 9 wing, but I like this because I'm more likely to get rescued, or rather, when I am rescued, I'm more likely to get away in the lower tiers than I am in the higher tiers. So that 28% movement speed really stacks nicely on Magician that I've been using. I have the 15% heal me quicker, because if I can really juke the hunter out, I know that you can't really do that as much in tier 6. So this is like a low tier. I got cut off, my bad. It's like a low tier build here. So in the meantime, I feel like this build allows me to do many things. It allows me to decode a little bit faster if I'm transitioning around the map late game. I feel this build allows me to get rescued and puts a little bit more emphasis on my ability to escape from the rocket chair with the 28% build. I don't feel like the hunters at this tier are obviously performing on a tier 6 level, so I'm more likely to juke or kite the hunter out. Not in all cases. I still get my ass slapped, right? I'm back to the game. So this allows me to see injured survivors in case I need to heal them. Allows me to be healed faster. As I climb up, I'll definitely change this build. Probably invest in snooze I think it's called snooze, to reduce the rocket chair cooldown, which will make it a little bit easier on rescuers to come get me. Also waste the hunter's time a little bit more with the camping aspect, which is perfectly normal and reasonable. So right now, this is what I'm going to work with. I think I might change it up as I climb up to help with the rescues or being rescued. I know it's popular for Magician to use Tide Turner, or some people use Tide Turner, but I just don't feel comfortable with my kites as of now. I'm not sure how I feel about Flywheel. It obviously has a tremendous, crazy amount of benefits. But there's some things that I'm not a huge fan of. So I'm just going to kind of play it by ear at this point, regardless of whether it's the meta or not. I need to practice the skill, getting it down, the timing. Anyways, this is my video. has kind of two aspects to it. What build am I currently using, as well as how I'm escaping these unwinnable matches. Hopefully it can provide some benefit to you. And this is how I'm going to continue climbing as a solo player. It's a pain in the ass, but let me tell you something. There's times where I'm sucking. Here's to the journey ahead. Now, for those who are still there, the direction of the YouTube channel, what I plan on doing is changing it up probably every other day, every other video. Come out with Identity V, then come out with an anime or a different video game, and kind of jump back and forth. I want you to know that all the people support me. I appreciate you. We have a lot of things still in the works, a lot of projects. We'll talk about that more later. If you're still sticking around, even to this length, love you!